Going YouTube. So I'm just checking the specs on this high airflow station. The rework side is 600 watts. It says 110 volts AC or 220 volts. But the solder station or the soldering iron is a 60 watt. So that's a big difference. And the airflow and stuff does different jobs, I guess. So this is kind of the stuff that I got. There's a few different boxes in there, so most of the parts are inside of there, and some others. I actually have like another, like a starter ignition. So got that in there, and then a few other testers and things for. And then there's this fluke meter or voltmeter, a really cool LED magnifying glass. I could use that for a lot of different things. An extra screwdriver set just as a spare. An extra heating core. But really wanted to show you guys the specs on this rework station. It's a 60 watt iron and a 600 watt rework. So to go with a lot of the small little screwdrivers, this was actually the first kit. I used to use like these little small silver ones as a kid and stuff, but I got those, and then I've got the satellite, cheap satellite kit that helps take apart the cable to put the connector on, and there's another tool for the connector. And then I've got these other tweezers and small scissors, small screwdrivers, toothpicks, spatulas. And then I've got all this other soldering stuff. I got the wood for free, and I'm using like a old cologne bottle that was empty. I've got a flashlight, and I'm trying to repair the small motor. I don't know if it works or not. I would actually need a small power supply to test it. Or yeah, so. And then I've got a couple of soldering irons. This 40 watt one, it has a larger tip, and the large tip actually melts the larger lead free, I guess, solder. And then I've got this the 60 watt that came inside of a kit, and that melts kind of like the smaller. Then I got jumper wire out, and a pair of tweezers that came in the kit. And the jumper wire, I kind of folded it, and then I started to twist a couple, two strands together and things, because, and then I practice using rosin and then started to tint the pads, and even tinting this might be shorted out a little bit, so I gotta go over the flex ribbon part. But the flux and some of the soldering is getting prepped up, and then I need to actually size fit just to double and kind of make sure the motor has a decent and is straight enough on this older screen. I kind of found a free Moto G 2023 64 gigabytes, but yeah, I'm basically going to double check the rumble motor before I finish soldering it with flux and the jumper wire. So yeah, this is kind of my small soldering kit, and there's extra flux, or there's extra. I actually harvested this from like a small air pump motor. There's an extra soldering iron that's 40 watts high and then 20 watts low. It's got a different tip to it, but it's probably good for like the big solder. So but it's got a really good type of base mount, and it's all one unit. So from Radio Shack, and I probably have like an extra heating core too for this, but let's see if I do if yeah. The main point in this video is the soldering tips, and the small ones are for the small wire, and the big soldering wires for the larger tips. And then the 60-watt small tip that I have came with some tweezers, some screwdrivers, some wire and solder tools, small base. So I bought this separately from the rework, and this is kind of like the rework, extra nozzles and extra tips for the solder, for the iron. So yeah, a couple of different kits, even a voltmeter, magnifying glass. I mean, pretty much rare items, that was worth testing, and pretty cool, I would say. I'm not going to really use everything all on one job, but hopefully it lasts. So basically put together most of my soldering stuff to go with the repair devices. And I guess I'm going to start storing my boxes of electronics, even like bags or suitcases of adapters and cords, or maybe just the broken stuff. I'll have to figure that out, but I've got quite a few things to sort out with adapters and connectors that that I found basically. But if the power supply works, so I got a bunch of parts and stuff. So I'm gonna pretty much clear, or remove a few things, and then I'll be able to put some of my electronics in this area. I have a spare suitcase, and then a spare roll around storage, and then I've got this plastic Tupperware situated here. It's got some cleaners on it. Maybe I could clean the electronics, but all the small screws won't get lost. They'll just fall in that tray. So I might start taking apart some of my electronics and stuff, and cleaning it up and then taking it apart. So pretty good opportunity to really show and get, or just to show some of the stuff that I'm planning. I just need to clean up a few things, and most of the tools and stuff are going to go in this small duffel bag that I've been prepping up. It actually needs to be painted a little bit on this side, so I'm going to do that as soon as possible. But not really going to worry about missing a few spots. I mean, this bag was getting really faded on one side. And then now it's looking pretty much good enough. There's I painted on the top and things like that, but it was just an old dusty bag that I found, and now I'm cleaning it up. All the zippers still work and things like that, so I'm really glad to have this. It has side pockets. I could put some oil or glue, or mainly something electronics. I'm not 100% sure just yet. And then I painted. I just need to clean up a little bit, but cleaning. So yeah, I actually had a little bit of clear silicone, and then first I cleaned it off a little bit, dry cleaned it, didn't really, and then wiped in certain areas, and then I applied a bead of silicone on both sides, just around the edges, after actually, reinstalling, putting in the patch, and also adding silicone, repairing these little small holes. There's actually I kept finding for the whole last week, kept finding different repairs for this actually after you know, some of the around the top handle on the outside, some of the material wasn't lining up right and things like that. I was able to pretty much tighten 4 little screws, added some 5-minute epoxy and things like that, or I even filled in some of the gaps with liquid nail, and then painted it, and then so it's just got a little bit more, just need a little bit epoxy just to secure any cracks and things like that a lot better, make it a little smoother. But pretty much, you know, glad that I had a little bit of clear silicone to pretty much really finish gluing this bag and things. So I just need to finish that. Then I've got, I guess, these small razors. I've been trying to get rid of these, but nobody's taking them because these wheels are on really tight. There's like a really small Allen, so I got a few small Allens right here, and then I've got this and I've got this pry bar. So I'm gonna be you know, loosening up both of the wheels, cleaning it off and things like that. I'm pretty sure the Allen is right there. Trying to figure this stuff out, and this bar right here is going to actually hold on to the tool a lot better, so I can get a lot better leverage and more torque to unscrew that stuff. And it's just an old pipe from like a lamp or something that I had in a scrap. So I guess I just really wanted to get this video more updated on my soldering and the electronics, especially with the soldering stuff, and finishing up some of the. There's a few more things I wanted, you know, that I mentioned in some videos on some of the stuff I was planning with making camera stands, or even like a some type of camera holder. I can't remember exactly, but if I had to, I could just use these like cassette tapes if I really needed a small camera to see closer and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be, you know, pretty much stocked up for soldering. I have pretty much 4 irons and a rework, so pretty much all for under $100. Doing, I mean, it might seem a lot, but I got a lot. You know, I collected a few of the supplies and extra irons and things like that, and then added some new tools and flux and hopefully, and some free materials like the wood and stuff. So hopefully I don't have to solder a lot, but if I had to, it's not going to be as hard as before and things like that. And one of the, you know, the first challenges is actually this small rumble motor for a smartphone. So it's not, you know, very hard, but it can be frustrating a little bit, and getting to know like the soldering, you know, items that are available. I'm gonna try to, you know, figure it out, and I'll see you guys on the next video. And I also mounted like my alarm system, and I had a good idea like mounting. I've got extra sensors. Well, they're not extra, 2 of them, but I have extra 4 sensors, and I could probably like double security on like the doors. I could even like just put them on a closet door if I wanted to, and you know, if it opens, the alarm's gonna go off. Or maybe I'll put it on a particular suitcase, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Just because these are wireless now, so thanks for watching.